This morning, as I'm sipping my coffee and looking out the window, watching all the beautiful birds, just taking it all in, a conversation arose. The only way I can explain it to someone who doesn't have this experience yet, and notice I say yet, is there's a dialogue that's always going on that's different than the mind dialogue. How I know the difference is the mind dialogue pulls me into a story, the me that I used to believe that I was. But this inner dialogue is never attempting to do that. It's always grounding in this present moment, not taking me on a journey somewhere else. And as I breathe into that and accept it beautifully, it just does itself. And it's so organic, wholesome. It just feels natural is the only way I can explain it. And yes, I get imagery. And yes, I get scents and tastes and feelings, but they're so different than what's going on in the 3D. So in this space arises the question from the beyond, if I am all of this, what are angelic beings? And as you all know, in my own near-death experience, I had the beautiful encounter with Archangel Gabriel, but I also had the encounters with the choir of angels that led me from the experience I was appearing to have on the other side back into my physicality. So what was that? That question just arose, and as beautifully as it arose, the answer arose with it. There is nothing in this that is separate from all of it. Yet in the grand illusion of needing that separation to seemingly know one's self, these beautiful vibrational energies align to us, perfectly timed and in the right ways. It's why they'll appear in our most tragic situations. You hear it every day. A car rolls over a child and a mother lifts it, and she looks over and there's angels beside her. A train goes into the water with people, and all of them survive and mention the angels that were there. A plane begins to descend rapidly, and everyone on board starts to pray and recognize this is it. And just as quickly, the plane steadies itself, and the pilots claim there were angels in the cockpits. These are stories that have been relayed to Kelly by people who have had them. And as someone who has also had these experiences, there's a pure acceptance of that. So many others share their journeys of such without any fear. Those of us that are willing to be open enough to recognize there's something far more than this, get to have these experiences. It's not that some are gifted them and some are not. It's an openness and a willingness to allow whatever arises right here to simply be whatever it is. As the acceptance of that answer settles and sips its coffee, the next question arises from that deep beyond. And in the story of Kelly, there's a recognition that these questions that are arising are in fact downloads. She's not asking the question. She's not the one answering. She's not the one even trying to make any of this happen. She's as fascinated as you are that this is all moving about on its own. And the recorder comes on and the voice starts to talk. And she's as fascinated with what comes out of this mouth as you are. In this space of infinite knowledge, where the questions seem to appear, the answers come with them, the knowingness of none of the story of Kelly is doing any of this, is where all the gifts arise in that crack of silence. What are we to do with these angelic beings? It asks. And just as beautifully, the response arises. Oh, my sweet child, if only you recognize that you are it and it is you, the questions would stop. We bring you this infinite knowledge without asking. Share that. Invite others to see that the subtle nuance of inquiry and response is simply here. We bring you the knowledge you need in this moment, but in your effort to ask questions in the dream world, you are not hearing this dialogue, which is always running deeply beneath the surface of it all. For you have access to this infinite knowledge. All do. For you are that, and it is you. The angelic energies that you point to are part of this construct to guide you through this illusion of being separate, nothing more. Just as anything else is a symbol in the dream world, pointing you back within. For those that are ready to receive this understanding, those keys to the equation will land at the right time. There's no need to seek for them. In fact, the seeking will always keep you one step removed from that which is here. Rest easy in this moment. Let it all arise for you. It will, in that space of silence, appearing right now between the breath. Take a pause there and listen. Don't seek for anything except the breath. Be with that as often as you can. In the stillness, the messages will arise. Whether you're looking for angelic understandings or anything we call mysticism, it is all a part of this, and it is all afforded by you, for you, and because of you. But none of it has ever been separate from you. Much love. Until next time.